Okay, we know that one means quick because we clicked that already. Is this settings? Cool. Ah. Okay. How do I change my game to English? Okay. English. Ah. It was in Russian. I don't know why, but it was in Russian. We can full screen it. Praise be. Still doesn't capture it in the game capture. Fine. About the game, since we couldn't read it before. Used sounds from the sites. Okay. Okay. Let's start, I guess. Back, history, skip, auto save, F save, F load, options at the bottom. You guys can't see that. That's probably, I bet you could now. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Hardly open my eyes. I wish I could stay in a dream forever so as not to put up with the fall of the whole world. The monstrous sight of a trash-filled room stretches out in front of me. I don't think I'll be able to get rid of it anytime soon. Getting out of bed, I timidly stay away from the window and kick the plastic under my feet. Okay, let's peek behind the curtains. Approaching the curtains, I feel a green glow on my skin coming from outside the window. The city behind it, everything around me, is just a frightening, twisted ghost of the past. I stealthily pull back the curtain, peeking in. Fucking shadow monsters. Cool. Only human-like shadows roam the street. Bloodthirsty shadows, creatures unknown to me, similar to humans and clumsily imitating us. They still go to the shops, drive cars, attend work, and return to their families. But as soon as they realize that you are not one of them, they will attack you like rabid dogs. In the early days, the screams of people did not stop even at night. I step away from the window. I've not left my hiding place, and that is the only reason I am alive. My apartment is located in a half-empty part of the building. Yeah, well, I turn around in the opposite direction and open the fridge. Empty, of course. Just wrappers and empty bottles. It was stupid to expect something would appear there. Closing the door, I lay my head on it and sigh heavily. I tried to stretch my supplies, but unfortunately they ran out. I'll have to go out for more today. Use the computer. Screen lights up with a dim light. Browser window with an anonymous forum tab is open on the desktop. After the destruction of humanity, this is my only way to communicate without the risk of being killed. Survivors use the web to communicate, talk about their cases, and keep online diaries so as not to go crazy. But the machines are not asleep. They surf the internet just like real people. Their speech and messages are indistinguishable from human ones. They will never be able to find out who is on the other side of the screen, a soulless killer or a person like you. That is why it's not accepted to share your location and real name. We are all scared, lonely people with no future. I'll have to try going outside. I have no more food left. I'm sick. I'm sitting in a shelter full of garbage. I collected and ate the leftovers and crumbs yesterday despite my disgust. I'll have to follow your experience and try to go out pretending to be one of them. Maybe this is another trick, I don't know, but it looks like I have no choice. Those with whom I was able to communicate, thank you for comforting and listening to my thoughts. If I don't post another post in 24 hours, please add me to the death list. No, bro, we will miss you. I understand you. My supplies will run out in a month. I don't know what I'll do. Another fool on the list of the dead. People seriously believe that all humans have been replaced by machines, Lameo. After creating a branch, I take a deep breath and turn off the computer. I'm not in the mood to reply to messages. I also feel weak from hunger. I step away from the computer and start getting dressed, feeling a burning in my chest. On the internet, it is advised to wear a hood, go out in foggy or rainy weather, and behave as naturally as possible. Then I look out the front door. No one. I slip outside, locking the door behind me. When I leave the house, I carefully walk down the street. They won't pay attention to me if I act naturally. Covering my head with a hood, I walk towards the store, repeating the route to myself. I'm coming out of the left alleyway. I walk straight down the narrow street without turning anywhere. I go out onto the area and down the stairs. And I go out onto the street of mechanical engineering, climbing over the mesh fence. Now I see the sacred store and approach it. My heart beats wildly every time the ghostly figures of people with their grotesque, clumsy gait pass by me. I try not to look up. I feel hazard in their every move, as if they are about to hit me. Finally, I get to the store, clutching the door handle like a lifeline. I open the door and step inside. The room greets me with a blinding greenish glow. It's so nice to be back inside the room compared to the barely lit street. It seems safe here. But at the same moment, the feeling of security is dispelled by the silhouette of a man who has rise right in front of my eyes. The abyss, vaguely resembling a human face, transcends on me and seems to be peering at me. His indifferent, emotionless gaze falling from above makes me truly afraid. Lower your face to the floor and walk past. I think it worked. I'm walking past this scary machine. But before I can take a couple steps, the creature behind me grabs me by the neck. The last thing I hear is my bones breaking. Ugh. Alright, look him in the face, I guess. Alright, we'll look him in the eye. Gathering my willpower, I swallow the lump in my throat and stretch my neck. I stand up to my full height and look into his eyes. After assessing me for a few more seconds, it silently passes by, quietly closing the door at the exit of the store. Exhaling with relief, I go deeper into the small shop, trying not to pay attention to other visitors and concentrating on shopping. The machines accept the same money as before. I have enough of it. First of all, my basket is filled with pickles and a bunch of preserves. Thinking about it, I decide to take milk and bread to diversify my diet. I walk past them like ghosts. They float down the corridors from the shelves. Most likely, they no longer need to eat, but they still come here and walk around the store mindlessly, examining the goods. Walking over to the refrigerators, I see that most of the milk bottles are fresh. Someone carefully arranged them in correct order, and it seems that every week they change the product to a new one. Not believing my eyes, I open the fridge and reach for one of the bottles. Recoiling, I turn my head towards the sound. The girl looks at the bottle that has fallen out of her hands and then looks around anxiously. Her horrified gaze crosses mine. I immediately understand that this is a real person, not a machine. A young girl is the first living soul that I saw with my own eyes. She also understands that I'm not one of them. Her lost look and facial expressions change, and she begins to move towards me in the hope of salvation. I step back, pretending not to notice her. She whispers, getting my attention, but I can't hear her. My gaze is riveted on the android hurtling behind her, which she doesn't seem to notice. I can pretend to be an android without getting involved and go home, or try to help. Oof. I mean, I'm obviously supposed to try and help. Whoa, okay. She turns around, holding the knife that suddenly appeared in her hand forward, but the android, without changing its face in any way, simply knocks it out of her thin hand with one light blow and then tries to grab it. But she eludes him and hides behind my back. Help! A machine is approaching me. In an attempt to hold him back, I grab onto the snack rack and, using all my strength, tip it onto the machine. The robot finds itself under a mountain of food, and we both run to the exit at full speed, bypassing and jumping over obstacles in our path. Behind me, I can hear the whole store turning upside down. They're after us like mad dogs. Throwing open the door of the store, we jump out. We need to get back to my hideout by the shortest route. Over the fence. Up the stairs. Run without looking back. Go ahead. Oh, we got killed. It wasn't go ahead. Oops. Damn it, I wish there was a better way to go through this. Look him in the eye. Skip. Try to help. Skip. Climb over the fence. Up the stairs. Run without looking back. Turn right. Rushing to the door, I open it for the girl and then go in myself. There is a loud metallic bang and then silence. Only 2 heavy breathing sounds are heard. We lost them. They lost us. I stare blankly at one point for a few more seconds, coming to my senses. Then, finally, I examine the girl. Young, athletic looking, about 20 years old. Well, it's not surprising that such an athletic girl survived. Stop, what am I talking about? Maybe you should get to know her or introduce yourself in some way. My name is... Oscar. It's always Oscar. I gotta start doing that. My name is Oscar. After a few heavy sighs, she raises her head and looks at me warily and says her own. Ava. We walk up the stairs in silence. Back at the apartment, I let Ava inside and lock the door behind me. Without taking off my shoes, I sit on the bed. I can't believe I'm alive and back home, so it is also with another real living person. Ava looks around my room with indignation and a slight aversion to garbage. Not daring to go any further, she hovers at the entrance, puffing out her cheeks. What a horrible mess you have. How can you even live in such a place? Ugh. Not quite understanding the reason for her anger, and it seems disappointment, I get up and shamefully invite her inside. Come on in, don't be afraid. There are spare slippers at the entrance. Thanks for saving me, of course, but it's just terrible. It's not my fault. I should have thought of something. I didn't get a chance to take out the trash. Ava looks at me with mild disapproval, then closes her eyes, placing her hand on her face. Huh? Speaks another language. Okay. She goes inside my apartment and curiously examines it, my personal belongings, photos, and then approaches the shelves where a couple old books and plastic minifigures are gathering dust. It's actually kind of nice here. Who were you before all this? Tell the truth. Blushing slightly and chuckling, I decide to tell it like it is. I'm a programmer. Unemployed programmer. You know, I couldn't work in my specialty, so after leaving college, I worked part-time wherever I could. Loaded boxes, collected casings in the shooting gallery, stood at the cash register. As you can see, I live alone and am my own boss. Covering her mouth with her hand, Ava giggled. Yeah, it's better that way than being the one responsible for the appearance of these monsters. If they were created by humans at all. She sits down next to me, folding her hands in her lap. What? That sounds weird. That sounds like she created these monsters. Seems sus. What about you? How did you live before them? I look into her eyes with interest. I've been dealing with my family. I only have mom and dad left. It takes a lot of effort to take care of an old lady. She's a little sick, senile arthrosis in such a manner that it will outlive me. I interrupt her story, trying to ask as carefully as possible. What about them now? Are they alive? I see Ava's face change dramatically. I shouldn't have asked her. They could have been killed by machines. God. Stay out of it. Don't hug her. You just met her. I stay where I am, not touching her, silently sitting next to her. Maybe I should stay quietly by my side. Let her calm down. Not knowing what to do, I look around in confusion and wait for her to come to her senses. It's going to be okay, Ava. Oh, come on. Oh, God. My words sound very unconvincing, as if they crumble into dust before reaching her. Yeah. After a couple minutes, she finally raises her head, comes to her senses, and gets to her feet. Why is it coming to her senses to, not be emotional anymore? Ava walks over to the window and peeks behind the curtains. It seems pretty dark out there. Then turns around to face me and sighs deeply. I'm sorry, but I have to go. It seemed quieter outside and it would be easier to get home in the dark. She pulls up her hood. I can see her face becoming serious and focused. But how will you get home? Aren't you afraid? Why don't I come with you? No, it's a lot of attention if we're seen together. She looks away. The air in the room seemed to grow heavier. Without saying anything, I walk to the door and open it, letting the girl out into the entryway. After walking a couple steps down the stairwell, the girl turns to me. I'll see you around. Who knows? With a cheeky farewell smile, she hurried down the stairs. I listened to her small, quick steps gradually moving farther downstairs, and then the echo of the metal slamming of the entryway door. Goodbye, Ava. Exhaling, I close the apartment door. Good night, forum. I'm alive. I can't tell in one post what I had to go through during this short trip to the street. In the store, in addition to the products, I was able to meet a real person, alive. She pretended to be an android just like me, but less successfully, haha. You can't even imagine how frighteningly strong these creatures are. We miraculously returned to me with food, but the girl decided to leave. I'm not sure I'll see her again. Maybe you should have been more open with her, earn more trust. The main thing is don't kill yourself because of it. You're alive and back to us. A living person, yes, you should be happy. Maybe we all still have a chance against them. Well, you're back. Or now one of these creatures is writing instead of you. Who knows? Oh, why do we need to communicate with real people? Same thing with girls. Gentlemen, please continue to stay at home and everyone will be safe. Yeah, until we all eradicate ourselves. Oh. That's it? Okay. That's the game? Alright, well, let's try hugging her. Is there a way to... Oh. Let's skip over to... let's stay out of it this time. I pretend not to notice her. Looking at the snack shelves, I hear a girl trying to get my attention in a loud whisper. Hiding my growing horror, I choose the taste of chips with a stony face. They noticed her. The android, who is standing not far from the girl, grabs her forearm with his iron grip, and she screams in pain. The others in the store drop their business and purchases, as if enraged, run to her scream. The girl helplessly calls for help, turns to me with a cry of pain and impotence. I have to keep pretending to survive. Cheese, bacon, onion, crawfish, pizza, perhaps pizza. Androids surround her on all sides. I hear a few thuds against her and the sickening crunch of bones. Her scream is interrupted by an electrical pulse. While her limp body is being carried away by an android who arrives, tugging at it like an ordinary bag, I slip out of the store unnoticed and, trying not to look back, walk towards the house.
Thank you for listening to Seeburg
Let's see if I make it all the way home. I feel like I'm going to be followed.
Station, check out our web store
My feet feel like they're bringing me
we
home.
also have an eBay store.
In an unconscious fear, I rush up the shelter and finally slam the door behind me, leaving the horror somewhere behind. I collapse on the bed. I feel disgusting and empty. Fear does not let go of me, as does the image of a girl asking for help. The way the cars surround her. I'm not going to get over my aversion to food anytime soon, and I will never overcome self-loathing. I need to talk about it. I grab my laptop and open the forum. F. Did not help a person in a deadly situation. F. Alright. Skip. Try to help. Throw the rack on him. Skip. Climb over the fence. Hide from pursuers. Oh, they're dead. Well. Alright. We'll work on getting back to the house alive again. Try to help. Skip. Climb over the fence. Up the stairs. Run without looking back. Turn right. My name is Oscar again. I should have thought of something. Yeah, can we at least bag it all up? I look at the victorious smile of the rescued one, and the next phrase breaks out of my mouth on its own. There's a lot of work here. Can you help me? We don't know how long we're going to be here. While I flash a smile, she expresses displeasure again. I'm not sure for how long. She goes inside my apartment and curiously examines it, my personal belongings, photos, and then approaches the shelves where a couple of old books and plastic minifigures are gathering dust. Oh yeah, we're doing this again. Who was I before? Tell the truth. Skip. We're gonna give her a hug. Carefully moving closer, I put my hand on her shoulder and put my arm around the distraught girl for support. Ava doesn't resist, as if that's the way it should be. Then she straightens her back, wiping the tears from her face. But new ones immediately flow from their place, irritating the soft skin to redness. I stop hugging her. Sorry, the memories are too recent. I just can't come to terms with what's going on around me. With these monsters, with the fact that I am in danger, that at any moment I or my loved ones can die. I'm sincerely trying to support her. We all lost someone when the world plunged into this madness. Everything is fine. Maybe you should speak it out. I only have my mom left. My old man is gone. Forgive me for crying and being hysterical, for dumping everything on you like that. It's not a big deal. We'll have time to talk about what we've been through. I also have something to share. It took her a while to come to her senses, cheering up a little. She looked into my eyes. She seemed to have hope. And we also need to talk about what we're going to do next. It's getting dark outside. Yeah, aren't you going to your mom with groceries? The fact is that we live in a house far from the city, and I need to run quickly before it gets completely dark. I understand, but please, let's wait until late at night and we won't get lost anywhere. If we leave so late, while there are fewer of them on the street, we will get out of town when it's light. And we won't get lost anywhere. Hold on. Are you coming with me? The room becomes startlingly quiet. Ooh. Looking Eve in the eye, I weigh the pros and cons. Leaving with her doesn't seem like a bad idea. To sit in this concrete cage, hoping that tomorrow they will not turn off the lights and water in this house. To sit for weeks on end in a pile of garbage, afraid of any rustle, and without the opportunity to talk to someone alive. I'm not happy with it. I'll go with you. After listening to my conclusion, the girl looks down and nods. All right, we'll go together. Any ideas to kill time? After her question, my gaze immediately falls on the computer behind the desk. Not that thing. Then my gaze reaches the corner of the room where Ava left a bag filled to the top with groceries. The idea immediately slips out of my mouth. We can cook something. Smiling shyly, I turn to the girl. Yes, we can. It's the first time I've seen such a big smile on her. With great enthusiasm and energy, Ava jumps to her feet. I was terribly hungry with all this movement stress. I get up and follow Ava to my few kitchen supplies. Ava dives into the bag of groceries I'm holding with her hand and rummages in it for a few seconds, putting everything on the table. Looking at the mountain of products, 3 options come to mind. Okay. Jesus Christ. Sandwich. Bread. Cheese. Meat. Not bad. That's a really weird AI photo. But I thought it was going to be something hot. Oh, okay. I leave the room with the smell of sausage and bread in the air. Ava and I are going to wash our hands. I lean against the washing machine behind me while Ava washes her hands. It was worth it, Oscar. This is my best leisure time lately. With all this nightmare robot's death, I forgot about normal life. And here it is. In here, it's a culinary talk show. Thank you for this evening. Her ringing laugh rolls across the small tub. I laugh along with her. It's an outlet for me, too. Routine kills a man. Oops. When she's finished washing her hands, she gives way to me. My mother taught me how to cook as a child. Well, she tried to teach me. I was a very hyperactive child, so I was more of a hindrance than a help. But we had fun with her. I lift my head, looking at her through the mirror. She quickly brushes off her nostalgic sadness and makes a displeased face. What? Let's go try what we've cooked. Back in the kitchen, Ava and I surround the cooked food and eat it quickly. You said you live outside the city. If we're ready to go out, then you have to lead me. There's just one problem. I had a hard time getting to the city center, and I don't know how to return in such darkness. I only remember that the exit we needed was called Prospect of Electronics. And I thought that the conditions are favor to team up. I'd love it if you'd stay with me. I'd be happy to. Alright, pack your stuff and let's go. After packing everything I needed into a gym bag, I take one last look around the apartment. I'm scared. It's scary to leave your home. Most likely, I'll never return here, to this place that served as my refuge. My sweet dream in a world full of nightmares. The moment has crept up imperceptibly when I have to wake up, start living for real. We just need to make one last leap. What are you doing? Eve's voice abruptly interrupts my numbness, saying goodbye to my home. Eve nodded understandingly. Then, taking our things with us, we leave the apartment. The coolness of the night surrounds me, and the cold air tones me up. You need to move carefully and avoid any meetings. Walk straight ahead. The Electronics Avenue should be in this direction. I just have to go in that direction. I explain to Ava and point straight with my hand. She nods silently. Ava is very tense and often looks around. A romantic night walk will not work. After walking the entire alley, we go into a small backyard near the shops. Look, a baby carriage. Where did it come from? No. Turn left. We turn left and enter a small town square. It's empty, just a few old cars. Go straight ahead. After sneaking further in, we finally come out onto Electronics Avenue. Oh well, we got lucky. There's no shot I was checking out that fucking baby shit, though. No shot. A long, well-maintained street that turns into a country highway. We are lucky that there are no cars or pedestrians here now. A car bridge leading beyond the outskirts of the city is visible nearby. Ooh. I think it's a bad idea to go over the bridge, but turning right might not be the exit. Together, we walk through the alleys between the houses. Together with Ava, we go out to the river and are greeted by moist, cool air and the quiet murmur of water. Nicely. Can we stay here until dawn? I take my time answering her question and enjoy the view for a couple of minutes. Maybe next time, Ava. We're almost out. We need to find a bridge. Oh. Go over the bridge. Come on, let's go before we cross the bridge. With quick runs along the avenue, we reach the highway bridge. I run these 70 meters to the other side of the shore in one breath, almost forgetting about Eve with the feeling that someone is about to hit me on the back. But there was only Ava behind me, jogging after me. That's it, we're out of town. Whew. Then, only forward from here. I'll lead you. Happy but dead tired, I slowly walk after the girl. We have a long road ahead of us, but we can take our time. We walk along the road for a long time. My eyes are starting to close and Ava is nodding off a lot. A cold night wind is blowing along the road. The sun appears over the horizon, illuminating our path. We take a short break while sitting on the road curb. I haven't slept for 24 hours. Let's go, there's not much time left. Oh, not much left. In the distance, in addition to the gray asphalt, a light line of houses is seen. Ava comes to life and excitedly shakes my shoulder. My house! We made it, Oscar! The hope of rest and an end to all this suffering pushes me forward. Once inside, it's like a ton of weights is being lifted off of me. The smell of wood, fabric, and morning freshness weaves into a single whole and acts as a stimulant. The fatigue seemed to disappear. Ava walks in front of me and walks up to the stairs, shouting down the flight of stairs. Mom, I'm home. With groceries and with... Eve turns around on me. I've got the Oscar. She's probably asleep. Why don't you sit on the couch and I'll help her down? I take a couple steps and plop down on the living room couch. Settling in better, I rest my head back and close my eyes. Finally, is this a victory? We'll have to get used to country life, to the neighborhood with Ava and her mother, figure out where to get food. But, can we really go back to normal? Mom? Oh no. I jump up and run for the stairs, but I'm already met by Ava. She comes downstairs with a look of horror on her face. Oh, my mom. She's with her terror is replaced by despair. Coming up to me, she falls into my arms and passes out. A happy ending or not happy? Well, what else could we have gotten? We could have not gone out of town, probably. I wonder what looking at that, what's it called would do. I'll do one more run. Try to help. Over the fence, up the stairs, run without looking back, turn right. My name is Oscar. I should have thought of something. Tell the truth. Give her a hug. Make something else. Let's rice and tomato and meat. Stop. With a shout, she stops me before I make a fatal mistake. You're mixing the products incorrectly, and we don't have many of them. Let me cook better, and will you help me? Don't worry, I'll teach you. Okay. We cook stewed meat with rice. According to her taste, she adds more spices and sesame seeds to the rice. Tastes better. I leave the room, the air of which is very hot from the tiles, and together we go to the cool bathroom. Alright. Skipping that. Skip. Walk straight ahead. Let's inspect. I see that there is something in it. I tilt my head over the object and try to make out in the dark. Jesus Christ, it got me. It scared me. Well, now I know what happens. I was right. My first instinct to ignore the baby was right. Always ignore the baby. Fuck them babies. Fuck them babies. I don't really know what else I could have done then. I think that's about it. I made it home and we found dead mom. Yeah, I don't know what else we could do. So I think that's about it. And I think that's probably where I'm going to end the stream. I don't know what achievement I'm missing. 2 achievements are missing. Locked. Died somewhere among the dark alleys of the city, and 1 hidden one. Huh. We might play it, actually, until we get those last ones, because that's not going to be too hard, I don't think. That's 1, then. Okay. Tell the truth. Give her a hug. Make some food. Go with her. Walk straight ahead. Let's turn right. Go back. Oh, okay. Turn left. Go through the tunnels. That's what we didn't do before. This is not the place. It leads to the street. Too risky and crowded. But as soon as I turn around, I see dark silhouettes blocking the road back. Yep. Take Eve's hand, and I'm about to run, but on the other side of the tunnel, silhouettes of machines also grow. Oh, shit. Well, nice. That should have been that achievement then. Oh, I guess it's not. Died somewhere among the dark alleys of the city. Huh. I don't know how to get those last 2 achievements then, because I thought that that would have. Run down the street. Oh, we died. There, died somewhere among the dark alleys of the city. Okay, that was what we needed to do. Leave incorrectly. Let's see. Try to help. Run wherever the girl says. Okay, she got us killed. Climb up the fence, up the stairs, run without looking back, turn left, dead. Alright, so that doesn't do any good. I don't know how to get that last achievement. How old is this game? Is this a new game? Yeah, it just came out today. So, like, nobody's figured out that achievement yet. With no explanation of what it is. And 16% of people have it, but I can't tell what it is. God damn it. some people have already got it. So I guess we're just gonna have to try every possible thing.
Look him in the eye. Try to help. Bring her to the house safely. Turn right. That's not my fault. Spice things up a bit. Give her a hug. Okay, start. Good. Look in the eye. Try to help. Climb the fence. Up the stairs. Without looking back. My head. Yeah, that was the death that I got before. Climb the fence. Up the stairs. Without looking back. Turn right. It's not my fault. Tell the truth. Give her a hug. She doesn't like that I say it's not my fault? Okay. Also, not my fault. Yes. Yes.
I have no idea. Turn right, go back, now check it. We died. Yeah, I've done everything. I don't know what else there is. I have no idea how to get that last achievement. I've done my best, but I'm not gonna click everything a 5th time each. You know, I don't know what else there is to it. So, this is a neat game. Cute. Very cute game. Cute? Very neat. I'd like to see it be more, like, expanded. Add to it. Keep it going. That could be really cool. But otherwise, very cool game. Very cool game.